Be honest. You know exactly what you should do right now. Hit the gym, finish that project, study for 45 focused minutes, or wake up at 5 a.m. But instead, you grab your phone. You say just 10 more minutes. You feel that sudden wave of resistance, tiredness, or distraction. Why does your brain fight you so hard when you try to do something difficult? It's not laziness. It's not weak character, it's ancient wiring. Your brain is literally designed to hate hard work. And today I'm breaking down the hidden psychology and neuroscience behind it. We'll explore why instant gratification wins so often, the specific brain region that decides whether you push through or quit, and most importantly, how to rewire it so hard work starts feeling natural. If you've ever felt frustrated by your own procrastination, stay until the end. I'm revealing the one counterintuitive strategy that grows your willpower like a muscle and turns resistance into fuel. Smash like if you're ready to finally understand and beat your brain. Subscribe for more psychology breakdowns, and let's dive deep. Your brain didn't evolve for modern goals like building a business or getting shredded. For 95% of human history, we were hunter-gatherers in unpredictable environments. Energy was scarce. Danger was everywhere. Conserving energy wasn't laziness. It was survival. Your ancestors who wasted calories on unnecessary effort often didn't make it. Your brain developed powerful systems to avoid hard work unless the reward was immediate and obvious. That ancient programming is still running today. When you sit down to do deep work or push through a tough workout, your brain screams, "Why burn precious energy when scrolling gives me a quick dopamine hit with zero cost?" This is called the effort paradox. Your brain resists effort to protect you, even when that protection now sabotages your future. Here's the core psychological mechanism: delayed discounting. Your brain heavily discounts future rewards. It prefers a small reward now over a much larger one later. Neuroscience shows this battle happens between two brain systems. The emotional limbic system lights up for instant gratification, likes, snacks, notifications. The prefrontal cortex tries to reason. This hard work will pay off big later. Too often, the emotional side wins. Dopamine plays the villain here. Every scroll, notification, or quick pleasure spike gives a fast dopamine rush. Hard work? The reward is delayed, sometimes months or years. Your dopamine system says, "Not worth the effort," and triggers avoidance, sudden tiredness, distraction, irritability. Modern apps and junk food are engineered to hijack this exact system, making hard work feel even harder. Now the most fascinating part. Deep in your brain sits a region called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, AMCC. Scientists call it the seat of tenacity, grit, and the will to live. It performs constant cost-benefit calculations. Is this effort worth the energy? Do I have enough resources? When the AMCC senses high effort and uncertain reward, it devalues the goal and pushes you toward comfort. That's why hard tasks suddenly feel impossible. But here's the game changer. The AMCC grows when you repeatedly do things you don't want to do, but know are good for you. Not enjoyable challenges. Not things you already love. Specifically the ones that trigger resistance. Every time you push through that voice saying, "I don't feel like it," your AMCC strengthens. It gets better at overriding avoidance. Over time, what once felt brutal becomes your new baseline. Today, the problem is amplified. Constant dopamine from social media, streaming, and ultra-processed food has desensitized your reward system. Normal life, and especially hard work, feels boring by comparison. Ego depletion research, though debated, showed that self-control acts like a limited resource. Even if the muscle metaphor isn't perfect, decision fatigue is real. The more choices and temptations you face daily, the harder discipline becomes. Your brain is in a perfect storm. Evolutionary aversion to effort plus modern instant rewards plus weakened willpower circuits. So how do you make your brain stop hating hard work? You don't fight the resistance. You use it. Start ridiculously small. Micro habits lower the perceived effort cost so your AMCC doesn't trigger full avoidance. 2 push-ups the second you wake up. 1 paragraph of writing. The brain says, fine, and you build momentum. Attach dopamine to the effort itself. High performers learn to enjoy the grind. Celebrate the act of showing up, not just the outcome. Over time, your brain starts anticipating reward from the hard work, hard things you don't want to do, on purpose. Cold showers, extra reps, deep work when distracted. Each victory grows the AMCC and expands your capacity for discomfort. Reduce friction and instant temptations. Environment design matters more than willpower. Phone in another room. Gym clothes ready. Make the easy path the hard one. Reframe the pain. Tell yourself, this resistance is my AMCC getting stronger. The discomfort becomes proof you're upgrading your brain. The beautiful truth, your brain doesn't actually hate hard work forever. It hates uncertain, low immediate reward effort. Once you prove through consistent action that effort leads to real wins, your brain starts craving the grind. The AMCC grows. Dopamine systems recalibrate. What felt impossible becomes who you are. This is how average people transform into disciplined, Sigma-level versions of themselves. Not by waiting for motivation, but by forcing the rewiring. Tonight's challenge. Pick one thing you've been avoiding. Make it tiny. Do it anyway. Feel the resistance and push through. That single act is growing your willpower right now. So now you know, your brain hates hard work for very good evolutionary reasons. But you are not a slave to that wiring. You can rewire it. You can grow the very brain region responsible for grit and tenacity. Like if this explained why you've been struggling, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You don't need a different brain. You need to train the one you have. The resistance is the workout. Now go do the hard thing. Your future self is waiting. I'll see you at the top.